my way too early 2025 Bengals 53-man roster prediction. So I want to start off right away by saying I don't think we're going to carry 4 running backs. More than I think about it, I think we're probably going to end up carrying 3. So it's either going to be Samaje Perine or Zach Moss who gets cut, one of the two. We did just work out, a restructure for Zach Moss, but I'm assuming it's going to come down to either one of those guys and who has the best preseason and training camp. Most likely will end up being Samaje Perine get cut, mainly because I think Zach Moss does have guaranteed money, so it is what it is. So keep in mind, this roster prediction is with us cutting one of those 2 running backs, because with both those running backs, we'd be at 54 men, not 53. Now, if you've never done a cut down of 90-man roster down to 53-man roster, it is the most difficult thing ever, and I don't even have to go through the process of explaining to these players why they're getting cut, right? That's the best part. Now, here's the thing, though, okay? There's this one stipulation. I have Germaine Pratt still on the roster, which you might say, that's idiotic, he's going to cut him. Recently, we learned on Twitter that someone did say that, hey, Germaine Pratt might be restructuring his contract after all and not getting cut. Germaine Pratt responded to that with a blood emoji. So, I don't know what's going on there, but if they do restructure his deal, I don't think he's going to get cut then. Potentially, he will still be on this squad. Now, if he does potentially get cut, then we could keep 4 running backs. So, again, like I said, guys, this is a very loose type of prediction. This is not like a concrete one. We are in June, okay? We're way before training camp, way before we actually get to see a lot of these things. And keep in mind, players will get injured, like Eric All, because I only have us keeping 3 tight ends, because Eric All is out for the season. So he won't count toward the roster as he'll be on the IR. Anyway, though, for offensive line, I do have us keeping Jalen Rivers, Dylan Fairchild, Jackson Kirkland, Matt Lee, and Lucas Patrick. And, of course, Mims, Cody Ford, Teddy K, Quidel Volson, and Orlando Brown. So my guess is that Matt Lee will remain the backup center. Jackson Kirkland will fit in as the backup right tackle. They might potentially, if let's say Lucas Patrick does end up becoming the starting right guard, which right now it looks like it might happen, Cody Ford would be the immediate backup right tackle. And Jackson Kirkland would be the backup right guard, and that's probably how they would fill that out. I do have them keeping 6 receivers, including Isaiah Williams. Again, running backs, all questionable, depending. Joe Burrow and Jake Browning as the 2 quarterbacks on the roster. Going for defense, I have them keeping 3 left ends, Shamar Stewart, Joseph Asai, and Cam Sample. D tackles, BJ Hill, TJ Slayton, McKinley Jackson, and Chris Jenkins. Trey Hendrickson and Miles Murphy at right end. Germaine Pratt, again, if they do work out a contract with him again. Demetrius Knight Jr. and Barrett Carter as our linebackers. And then for our middles, we have Logan Wilson and Moma Jagmita. For our sub-linebackers, we have Owen Burks and we have Shaka Haywood. For our corners, DJ Turner II, we have Cam Taylor-Britt and Dax Hill. And then backup Josh Newton, Poison Ivy, and Jalen Davis. For our safeties, I have Jordan Battle, Anthony, Geno Stone, and Tyson Anderson. I am going to have us keep Money Mack and him be our only kicker on our roster going into the season, with Ryan Renfro as our punter. I do have Cal beating out William for the long snapper job, and that is officially, again, depending on which running back we cut, would be 53-man roster. Again, right, this would be 54, but you would have to cut one of the running backs, or cut Germaine Pratt, right? Again, if I had to keep putting the stipulation out there, but Germaine Pratt might work out a new deal. There's a lot of rumors that he might rework his contract, take a pay cut, and stay with the Bengals. Okay, so you got to keep that in mind. There's always that scenario that could happen. Obviously, also could be the opposite. He could just get cut and it's GG, right? So it's a 1A, 1B type scenario here. But I wanted to put one out today. We're early June. Kind of give my first iteration of my predictions. I'll make another one after training camp. Again, kind of give my revised predictions. And then we do our final 53-man roster cut date all the way after preseason. So, yeah. Crazy things, guys. Crazy things are happening. But tell me down below, personally, who do you think will get cut? Who do you think we'll keep? All that kind of great stuff. Again, keep in mind this is just predictions. So don't be salty if I had your favorite player get cut or not. Again, like I said, these are just loose predictions. So, see you guys next one, though. Peace out.